women. And I address Black women specifically because we're the only ones that have been conditioned to believe that a relationship can survive off of penis, prayer, potential, and love alone. Anytime we desire a financially and fiscally responsible and secure man, we're then villainized. We're called gold diggers. We're called prostitutes. We're literally called out of our names for wanting a man to provide for the family that he has created. Men and women will try to guilt you into accepting less. Do not allow anyone to gaslight you into lowering your standards. Women will literally say, at least he has a job, at least he has a car, just because they've accepted less. And men will project on you and say, you're going to die alone, or you're going to be 45, you're going to look up and be single, so you might as well settle now anyway. We're not doing that. We're not doing struggle love. We're not doing the ride or die. We're not getting it out of the mud. It's okay to want people to come to the relationship financially intact. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. Having high standards will save you from low-level experiences, and I've never seen someone who actually meets your high standards complain about them. Stop feeling guilty and stop feeling shame for wanting more. Go where you're desired.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title, guys, you can see in today's video, once again, we're going to be talking about the beautiful Gabrielle Union and her dusty husband, Dwayne Wade. So you guys know, I would say sometime last year in 2024, Gabrielle, she went on an interview and she basically were talking about how she was constantly with this anxiety because she says she was always concerned if I'm going to get another project after this one is finalized, because she say even when she will try to rest, she say there will be this constant thing within her head telling her, oh, so you're going to stay in today, you're going to rest, you know, someone may not eat if you stay at home and you take some rest of yourself, which I think it is quite interesting because Gabrielle Union, literally being married to this male that you guys are viewing here on your screen, he's worth so much more in terms of net worth when it comes to Gabrielle Union. But this is precisely what we keep talking about, Black woman, when y'all go out here and get in relationship with these male. And like I have told you guys before, it don't necessarily matter if these male are a 9-to-5 Pookie or Ray, or if they are indeed millionaire Pookie and Ray, because you guys know, regardless of the tax bracket that these male are in, I have told you guys over and over, these male all possess the same very much dusty behavior, right? So at the end of the day, Gabrielle Union basically came out here. She went on that interview. She spoke about how she was constantly with this anxiety because she had to go 50-50 with male that, again, his net worth is so much higher than hers. So just in case you guys need a little reminder of that interview that obviously it had all of us talking, listen to this clip and then we will come back with more.
I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this, there's always this like gorilla on your back that is like, you better work, you better work. You know, you gonna sleep in?
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys just heard what the beautiful Gabrielle had to say about her going 50-50 in a relationship with this male that had so much more money than her. And naturally, this dusty Dwayne Wade, he came out here basically trying to do damage control. He went on the Shannon Sharp show. He basically doing what these male does best. Basically, we're trying to flip the script. He say it is his wife that decided that they were going to go 50-50 in the relationship because he say this one time he went and say his house instead of their house. So just in case you guys haven't really heard that clip, so listen to what he had to say, basically trying to come out here and put the blame on her, and then we will come back with more.
When our life come together, my wife is a working actress who spends time away from the family to go work, do our job. Build. Right. We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena. And so in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we share it together. Right. Now, it's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman of her own life. Right.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just another Dusty coming out here doing what they do best, ultimately trying to shift the blame to you as a Black woman. So I'm so happy to see that. This was a very much needed conversation, because I'm happy to see that they heard what people on the internet were saying, because even though these people like to feel like they're so much superior, they're always listening to the blog. But nonetheless, now Gabrielle, she has had a change of heart, and she's now ultimately coming out here saying that she don't want to be in a 50-50 relationship anymore. She's basically came out here and said that she's currently living her soft girl era. So listen to what Gabrielle had to say after she took back her 50-50 relationship comment, and then we will come back with more.
Famously said 50-50 or bust, right? And I meant that financially, spiritually, emotionally. And there's just a lot of days that I have 10% and I need him to be 90. There's days I don't have, and I need him to be 100. It's a trauma response. And 50-50 is, I'm not going to be vulnerable enough to trust you with 100% of anything, not my heart, not my cash. And when I started to really address that, and I was like, do you want to pay whole mortgage? I thought I was about to die. I had such anxiety. Like, I was crying, I was shaking. And he was like, you insisted on that. He's like, I thought it made you feel better. I'm like, it did. And right now I want to take it back. Now it sounds crazy to be like, you, Mr. NBA superstar who made a bazillion more amount of money than I do, can pay the mortgage, because I hate the feeling of releasing that to someone. And you release that to someone, chaos can happen. And it's brought us closer, because he knows it's not about whether he can afford it. It's being vulnerable.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I feel like this is why it is so important for us to continuously come out here and talk about the issues that we as Black women see that has been affecting the Black community for way too long. Because even though you guys like to say that these stuff are so repetitive, we need to stop talking about it. Personally, I'm never going to stop talking about it, because until Black women in the bigger number come out here and realize that you're worthy of so much more, Black women, you deserve everything that your little heart desire. You deserve a man that is going to cherish, value, love you. You don't have to be out here settling for these meals. You don't have to become a single baby mama. You guys already know. We're going to have the group of dust bucket that are going to be upset because she was smart enough to not allow one of them to make her a single baby mama. And on the other side, you will also have the Black woman that, unfortunately for them, they did fall and they did allow these males to make them single baby mama. You guys know just recently I made that video where this 31-year-old woman, she came out and she were basically celebrating the fact that she was 31 with no kids. And you guys saw how all of these baby mama within the comment section were ultimately attacking her, telling her, oh, there were this particular one say, well, I'm 44. I think she said she had like 4 kids. And she said, you're only 31, but I look way better than you. Like, who's talking about anything about any physical competition? But once again, these women, I feel like whether it's consciously or subconsciously, they will feel the need for them to attack these women that are ultimately celebrating whatever they feel to be an accomplishment to them. Like I mentioned in that video, y'all may not see it as something major, but I truly feel like we should be allowed to celebrate whatever we consider to be an accomplishment for us. But nonetheless, guys, back to Gabrielle and her dust bucket. I feel like this is why it is so important for us to continuously come out here and speak upon these matters. Because now Gabrielle, she has ultimately realized that you're living with this male that you went on, you married, now you have a child with. And then this male has so much more in terms of net worth than you. Why are you out here consistently with anxiety, worried about whether somebody is going to eat or not? You can't even take a day off. And this is precisely, like I said, why me and I'm pretty sure other content creators also are going to continuously come out here and talk about these type of stuff. It is because Black women as a mass, we're seeing this global awakening that has been taking place. And to be honest with you guys, I'm happy to know that I'm contributing my little 2 cents to this. So also, after this whole topic started trending, after Gabrielle came out here and say she was consistently with anxiety because she had to be worried about whether people is going to eat or not if she take a day off. Queen came out here trying to say, well, it was ultimately her fault. She said she wanted to pay for his stuff. Now fast forward, Gabrielle has said, no, I take that back. I don't want to go 50-50 anymore. I want to live within my soft girl era. So Dwayne Wade, he also recently was on this show where he also were talking about how his wife came to him and told him that she no longer wanted to be in a 50-50 marriage. So listen to what he had to say, and then we will come back with more.
So my wife came out and talked about how we split things 50-50 in our home.
Yeah.
And so it became a big conversation about, you know, men and women, who splits 50-50, who pays the bills and all these things. And then she recently came out and she said that she's in her soft era now, that she don't want to do 50-50 anymore. And I'm the kind of person, Jenna, that when my wife came to me and, you know, we had a conversation about not everything 50-50, but, you know, buying our house together, doing certain things for our family together in a 50-50 you know, situation, I was like, sure, baby. Yeah. If that's what you want to do. And if she come to me and she say, I don't want to do it, I'm like, sure, baby. If that's what you want to do. Now, the house may be a little smaller. Yeah. If we just going off my salary. Yeah. But it's all good. She's in her soft era. And I understand when we moved from Miami, we moved to LA, that's when we went to 50-50. And not in all things, everybody. Like, I pay for a lot of things, but in the big things. And a lot of it is my wife has went out and she's been working on her entire life since she was 19 years old for her own things. And so, you know, we kind of had a conversation. She was like, well, I can pay that. And I was like, well, do your thing then.
So there you have it. I don't really think I had any more to add to this whole predicament. All I have to say is that I'm happy to see that this beautiful woman finally woke up and realized that, girl, what are you doing? You're married to this multimillionaire. His net worth is so much more higher than yours. Why are you coming out here letting the people that follow you, that looks up to you, thinking that they too, even though they're in a relationship, in a marriage with a man that is like worth what, maybe 5-10 times more than you in terms of net worth, obviously, and then you're out here struggling going 50-50 with him? Absolutely not. But guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about Gabrielle Union basically taking back her wanting to be in a 50-50 relationship. Also, what do you guys think about Dwayne Wade coming out here and say the only reason why they were in that predicament in the first place is because she wanted to go 50-50 in the relationship? You guys also heard him say she was like, when she came to him with it, he was like, okay, baby, if that's what you want. Mind you, I do also have to point out that this meal is very nail polish within this. So when I hop into the comment section on that particular clip, people were really coming for him because you guys know for the longest of time, there has been a lot of speculation about Dwayne Wade and he allowing his child Zion at such an early age to do stuff. People are saying that Dwayne is living vicariously through his son. But nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.